So here he is, the #1 middleweight contender, getting set for this 185-pound title fight. He believes this title shot should have come a long time ago, but he has let bygones be bygones. The focus now, unseating the champion in dominant fashion and starting a new middleweight legacy of his own. 25 minutes or fewer away from becoming the new champion. We will see how he performs tonight. So here's the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world making the walk, looking to defend his title. It is certainly something that he's been able to do in the past. He has been challenged on this title run. It's not as though he has run roughshod through this division, but they're all still chasing him at 185 pounds tonight. At least on paper, could be his most difficult challenge to date. Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Hall is 5 years the elder. Adesanya will have a 1-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions, we go inside the octagon where we find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. And now, this is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Middleweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a karate fighter, holding a professional record of 17 wins, 9 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Queens, New York, presenting the challenger, Uriah Hall. And now he's the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 20 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, the reigning, defending UFC middleweight champion, Israel, the last airbender, Adesanya.
All right, this is for the championship. You've been giving your instructions in the dressing room. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We will have a clean fight. Touch gloves. Let's make it official.
They touch him up, and we are underway.
Ready? You ready to fight?
All right, so here we go with the start of round 1. I can tell how excited you are for this matchup. Seems to be a striking advantage on one side, but maybe not.
This is a big-time fight. It feels like a big moment for both of these guys' careers. Who is going to be able to implement their game plan the best in this matchup between these two big-time athletes?
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Nice outside leg kick there for Hall. Oh, perfect head kick there. And he landed the right hand there.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
Whiffs on the right hand.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Well, he's always on the counterattack, but a nice leg kick there by Adesanya. Pinpoint accuracy on the kick there by Adesanya. It's just hard to know what's coming, and there's no stopping this guy.
I mean, there's no stopping, there's no tell. He's just at a different level when you're standing on the feet with Uriah Adesanya. He's the last style vendor, he's a character. He just has it, man. He's that guy that gets people to tune in.
Oh, effective strike there by Adesanya.
Look at the whip action that comes from him throwing that kick.
Punch is blocked. Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for the last style bender, Uriah Adesanya.
Big liver kick lands under the elbow.
Oh, man, that couldn't have felt good. Flush knee lands to the body by the taller fighter.
What a punch. Ooh, head kick lands and he's hurt.
Throwing that jab, no good.
Give me those kicks.
There's no tell on that leg kick.
All right, lands a kick there, pretty well done.
Really good accuracy landing that kick.
Start to see some of the damage cut underneath that right eye.
Oh, there we go. Let's go. I need you to be first now.
Oh, nice.
Under 2 minutes to go in a back-and-forth first round here. All right, half guard now. Not a fighter you want in half guard against you. For the bottom fighter, what does he need to do?
He needs to secure his underhook. He's got to be fighting for underhook. One of the most key things you can do as a bottom fighter stuck in half guard is try to frame. You frame and push your opponent away from you. By pushing him away from you, he will then want to come back into you.
Right.
It's like when I push you back, you want to go forward. So as he comes forward, hand goes off the face, let it slip into an underhook, build up to your elbow, then go chase your single leg. This is high-level grappling, John, from a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu player.
Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
So under a minute to go here in what has been a competitive and action-packed first round. And there comes the separation now. Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Vicious combo there.
Good shots. Keep it up.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Oh, and he lands another huge knee there as the taller fighter uses his length well yet again. Uriah Adesanya gets touched by that leg kick attempt. Oh, that is a furious inside leg kick. You ever taken like a 5-finger to the inside of your leg? That don't feel good. Never mind a kick like that.
Slapping your leg hurts. Imagine someone this side kicking you with his shin in the inside of your leg. You cannot take many of those kicks.
The horn sounds for the end of round one. All right, so there's the end of the round as we show you some of the highlights, DC, and there was a big knockdown there. Thought he might get the finish. We'll see if he gets it in the next round.
Well, if he lands that shot again, it will be over. It will be a finish. You don't recover from 2 of those types of strikes. He found the right moment, he found the opening, and landed that big strike.
That was awesome. Catch your breath, breathe, listen. You can do this now. He is ready to be out of there, okay? You completely rocked.
All right, both fighters now ready to go with round 2. Uriah Adesanya. And also ready to go that man, Uriah Primetime Hall. Adesanya gets hit with a kick here. That one landed flush. Let's see if he can make some adjustments.
I mean, he's cutting them down to size with these beautiful leg kicks.
Checks that leg kick.
Head kick. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Changes his stance. You'll see a lot of this from this fighter. Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect. Big roundhouse now, just misses.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Visibly limping here. Right hand upstairs.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
Oh, made good use of his size there as he lands the flush knee.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Oh, that's a beautiful kick right there. I don't know if you've ever been kicked by a mule. Probably feels something like that.
It has to. This guy is landing his kick with so much force.
59 total strikes have landed for Israel Adesanya, and landing with 42% accuracy thus far against Uriah Hall. Pretty good job staying patient as he lands the counter strike there. Strong work by Adesanya. Able to check the high kick.
Ooh, big shot lands.
Just missed with the left there. Oh, beautiful land there by Adesanya. You hear this crowd just eating out of his hand, oohing and on every time he advances.
I mean, he just captures your imagination from the walkout to the entrance when he's in the octagon, the fighting style. He just kind of has that thing that makes you want to stop and stare at Israel Adesanya.
All right, so a knockdown for him in the previous round, and you can just see by his body language how confident he is in the striking realm in this matchup.
And you can see his confidence in his posture, but also you can see the effect that knockdown had on his opponent by the way he is approaching this round.
Well, he's really starting to land a high number of strikes here in this second round. No denying that he has taken the message from his corner and picked up the pace here in round two.
Oh, big punch lands.
Head kick there, blocked by Adesanya.
He's very tricky when he throws that body kick.
He's got a serious right punch, and he went to it effectively there.
It is his money shot, and he will continue to throw it until he finds a knockout. Oh, he hurt him bad with a jab.
Good job keeping that head off the center line. Slips to avoid the right hand. Hall's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling.
Beautiful punch. Powerful leg kick lands.
Some nice back and forth action here.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Oh, and he lands another leg kick there. He's already landed several in this round, and the damage is really starting to take its toll.
Yeah, it's really starting to take its toll. And you watch the opponent, he's walking gingerly on his leg. And one big tell that you're starting to really do well with your leg kicks is when your opponent starts to switch stances.
Right.
Watch for a stance switch very soon. He's in trouble. He's hurt bad. He's giving him so many different things right now.
Hall gets hit with a kick here. Let's see how he responds.
We can win this round. I need you to hit the takedown.
Misses again with a right punch. Adesanya gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up.
Big head kick lands. Yeah, he's mixing it all up.
Punch coming, it's blocked. Oh!
Every time these guys come together, man, you just hear the punches and everything landing. Both very powerful,
How about
very
those 5
explosive.
minutes? All right, let's take a look back at some of the highlights from those previous 5 minutes, DC, and no padding, no glove on that foot.
No glove, no padding. And look at the hip action when he throws those kicks. He's not only kicking just for feel, He's really trying to damage his opponent. And as the fight goes longer, you will start to see it taking effect.
Breathe. Listen, that was awesome. I need more of that. I want you to go out at the beginning of this round and be aggressive.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight.
Nice leg kick.
Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down here tonight. I'm not sure how much more his opponent can take.
You take more of these leg kicks, you will not be able to be very active on your feet. He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Trying to find a home for that right hand. Timely defense there, huge block for him.
Oh, nice.
Use your defense. Use your defense now.
Oh, nice strike landed there by Adesanya. Oh, great head movement there, slips his head off the center line, and defensively, that's exactly what you're looking for.
It's almost like he can telegraph when the punch is coming, and when he sees it, he just makes a slight little movement, right or left, to get out of the way and avoid those shots.
So 110 total strikes have now landed for the last style bender, Israel Adesanya. And the accuracy rate about 42% now against Uriah Hall. Oh, thought he might have had that head kick, but just out of range.
Let's get him down. It almost looked like he went limp there for a second. Leg kick.
All right, so he's landed some good shots. You hate to be overly critical, but nothing really in terms of combinations tonight.
Well, the jab has been looking great. How about jab, jab, right hand?
Right.
Because eventually you're gonna have to put something on your opponent that's gonna really make him pause. I believe the jab has been working so well, if he drops a big right hand after it, he may be able to finish his fight.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round.
Nice strike.
Ooh-wee.
Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man.
Well done to catch the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. Well, not much setup behind it. The right hook misses. All right, so he connects with another punch there, kind of targeting that cut, I think.
I mean, when you get a cut on your opponent and you see it and it's pouring blood, you continue to attack it. Every time you land, you can see that it splits it a little bit more. Great job finding that weakness and really taking advantage of it.
Well, you got to admire the urgency here. He is trying to keep the judges out of it, lighten up his opponent left and right. Less than 2 minutes to go in round 3. Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You gotta like what you're seeing thus far.
I mean, the speed at which he throws is crazy.
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
.90 seconds now to go in the round.
Oh, nice.
Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land.
Beautiful kick.
60 seconds now to go in the fight. Man, that cut is only getting worse. Canvas cleanup guy's gonna be busy. Oh, he landed another great shot to the body there. Really starting to connect at a high percentage now in the latter stages of this fight.
Head kick lands.
Oh! Well, he's up, but he is hurting for certain. The finish could come at any time. Oh, Oh, the kickboxing chops on full display with that offering. Nicely done.
Beautiful kick landed by this man. Real sneaky head kick gets in there.
Effective strike there by Hall. Oh, an obvious limp there. His leg hurting for certain. Oh! Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. What a round! All right, so a huge round for him there. Nearly had him out of there with the head kick. Did get the knockdown. Talk us through the replay.
He got the knockdown. He won the round. He did everything correct. The only thing he didn't do is finish the fight. But if he continues down the path, if he continues to do the exact same thing as he did before, he will get that finish.
All right, so here we go with our fourth round of a possible 5, and a lot of fighters change up their training camp when they're fighting 5 rounds versus 3.
Yeah, you gotta change it up. You have to mix things up because fighting for an extra 10 minutes is not normal. Guys don't do this normally. It's a 15-minute fight. So you...
Oh!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, straight right.
Nice kick.
Left hand is true. That will absolutely work.
He throws it like a piston, back and forth. He's landing that beautiful left hand. Oh, man, what a performance by Adesanya.
Well, not only has he stayed aggressive as he was in the previous round, landing a high volume of strikes, but he's also been efficient, not just with his strikes, but also with his body movement. Complete performance out of this fighter here tonight.
Big kick. Look at the force behind that leg kick.
Trying to hammer that lead leg. Effective punch there by Hall. Slips.
He loaded up on that right hand, too.
And they separate.
Nice right hand.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Whiffs on the straight right hand. Whoa!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh! Oh!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy. Back to the feet now. Just over 2 minutes to go. Well, not much of a setup there. Misses with the left hook. Switching stances here.
Nice punch lands over the
Whoa!
top. That one landed clean.
Just missed on that spinning attack. Hall's lower jaw is extremely swollen now. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Oh, nice job to get back up again. You don't want to hang out on the ground with this guy. 1 minute. Wow.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Adesanya gets caught with that punch. Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Oh, massive knee to the head. We'll see if he can follow up. Whoa!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh! Right hand upstairs. Oh! And just like that, the fight is over.
He's done. He's done.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 46 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Israel, the last Adesanya.
All right, so a lot of people thought the #1